Autopax, the operator of Translux and city-to-city buses, has again failed to pay its employees their full salaries. The embattled company previously failed to pay workers in January. Autopax is owned by the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa. That institution is currently under administration. Let's discuss some of these developments and what their implications are. I'm joined by the South African Transport and Allied Workers Union spokesperson, Zanele Sabela. Good evening. Thank you so much for your time. I wonder, did you see this coming, given the fact that in Jan, only 50% of salaries were paid, and then there was a delay in the payment of the rest of the salaries?
Well, to be honest, the newly appointed acting CEO did say that he couldn't guarantee that they would be paid. But now, as it was 50% that they were paid in January, and then they received the rest of it within the week, but now it's 25%. Now you can imagine if you're expecting like 100 rands and then you get 25 rands, it is quite disheartening, and especially for junior workers who earn the least, and now they have to do with a quarter of their salaries.
There seems to be a communication vacuum as far as what management is telling the employees about what they can expect. What do you think is informing that?
Okay, so what happened is they do actually get paid on the 27th of each month, and they called them in on the 26th and told them this, and he said to them that there is no money. Unfortunately, this is what they can afford to be paid at this point in time. Well, you know, Autopax has had some trouble since early last year. It started to show when they couldn't pay salaries, and then PRASA took on that duty of paying the salaries because PRASA is the holding company. And until November, when PRASA has gotten itself a new CFO who thought this is irregular, you can't be paying these salaries, and asked for a serious paper trail. But ever since then, now they've had to revert back to having Autopax pay its own salaries. And it's been an upward battle because they expected their bonus in November. It wasn't paid. They said they should expect it in December, and only half of that was paid. And then January came, there was half a salary, and now a quarter. So what should we be expecting next month? Should we be expecting zero salary? It's highly unfair.
Do you think that this is one of the issues that should have been prioritized by the current administrator?
Definitely we do think so, because we had a meeting with them in January sometime after that whole thing about the salary, and then they said to us that no, they feel that this company is actually cash making. You know, there is cash coming into so we are actually caught a bit off guard to find out that people are now paid only 25% of their salaries.
What do you understand then to be the gaps in the system? If PRASA is saying Autopax is making enough of its own money to be able to pay salaries, where do you think that money is ending up if it's not even covering the basic costs of the organizations like salaries?
Yeah, that's the key question that we also need to find out, because then you'll understand that there's a new acting CEO who is supposed to go in there and actually understand what actually has happened. I mean, I know that my coordinator who works with this account actually has said that they have some information that they want to share with the new CEO and the administrator in terms of people who actually have been siphoning off money, but then that's not now, that is in the past, people who have never been held to account, and so that exchange is happening currently, and we need to find out exactly what's happening. And in terms of turning around, you know, Autopax itself, because we know that towards the end of the year last year there was a turnaround strategy that was presented, but then the board of PRASA had to go and it was dissolved, and then there was a new acting CEO at Autopax, so that leaves everything up in the air, so we're not quite sure exactly what's going to happen next.
So many people rely on this transport, especially when you're looking at long distance travelers. So when you take a state of Autopax, take a look at the state of Autopax today, how much decay is there in the organization? And is this an entity that can be turned around? So can it be saved?
Well, the thing about it is this entity has to be saved. They have 1,071 employees currently. It has come down over time because there are people who resign and never get, replaced. And also, when you look at Autopax would be the long-distance bus company that actually caters for the poorest of the poor. I mean, you have your high-end, like your Greyhound, that caters for a particular market, but this entity has to be saved because, as usual, state-owned companies are there to actually catch the people that can't afford and to save those jobs and also to provide skills. And so it must be saved. What we have suggested is that Autopax be made into a division of PRASA rather than a subsidiary.
So basically in line with the recommendations that the Competition Commission released just a couple of weeks ago.
Well, the Competition Commission said make it a standalone company.
Yes, yeah.
No, we want it to be brought into PRASA and become a division of PRASA, not a subsidiary that has its own financial statements, but then to act within PRASA. We think that would help quite a lot.
Do you have any indication as far as numbers are concerned, how much money Autopax needs, as in yesterday, to be able to pay the balance of salaries?
No. At this point, no. I have no idea at this point, yeah.
All right, we're going to leave it there for tonight. Zanele Sabela, she is Satawu spokesperson. So all of those employees then going without their